the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
Today is January 31st, 2021. It is 1:50 a.m. All right, so yesterday actually, I recorded a video because I was looking for two videos that I said something and I wanted to either take it out or something like that over the weekend. It was since in the middle of last week. But I spent so much time looking for it, and then I came to terms with it and said, you know what, let me leave what I said in the video. Instead, let me explain what I've said a bit more, because in one of those videos, I felt like I may sound a little bit too cocky or whatever, but it's because I was thinking of one thing when I was saying it. So I created another video yesterday to elaborate my thought more. So when people start complaining and have some issues, I'll just use the link of that video and paste it over there and say, listen to this, this is my explanation. All right, so, and I ended up doing an hour worth of video. I didn't want to do any videos over the weekend, but the reason I actually did it at the time, I would have been doing it right now, but because when I got up, I think it was like 10 something or 11, my husband was sleeping in the living room, and I didn't want to wake him up to turn on the TV or anything like that. So I said, you know what, to kill some time, let me do the video, and I did it. So today is the following day. And also over the weekend, my subscription was reducing. It's not by a lot. I think on Friday, it was in the middle of the day, it was 1,644 or 43. And then yesterday when I was recording, it was 1,641, I think. And now that I get up, it's 1,640. So a little bit of at a time they're removing my subscribers, and that's how I've reached 1,640 like 2 weeks ago. All right. But they keep on removing them, and then people keep on subscribing again. I had put something on my community board, and I said, I spoke about it. Keep checking your subscription. If you did unsubscribe, that's fine. I respect your choice. But because so many little things that I see I've been going through with my channel, so that's why I put it out. Other than that, if somebody decided to unsubscribe, hey, what can I do? Nothing. All right. But there's somebody on YouTube that's doing me dirty. So there's at least 3-4 videos that I need to do, but I think I'm gonna focus on 2 only. Let me continue from where I left off yesterday. All right. Let's go on Twitter, see what's going on. There's my first tweet. Okay, she can always stop. Boozy wrote a warning tweet earlier today or yesterday letting her know attorney will send her the actual warning letter. She can and she'll stop at this point. If she doesn't, it's not Boozy's fault. He warned her. Alright, so this started from here. I was responding to her. She is in a panic. Okay, so that was my response to her, and this is Boozy's tweet. Let's go to Boozy's tweet. Okay, trust me, you are going to realize it wasn't worth it. We only exposed the stuff related to Meghan Markle. We didn't touch your criminality, so don't whine about the HMRC like you did in 2013 when the HMRC makes you go through some things again. Alright, there's the timing thing here. What is this about? Okay, so he tweeted a screenshot of something Yankee Wally said. Yes, it is, but it comes with consequences, which I've carefully weighed up and decided revenge is worth it. Okay, I didn't start this. They exposed me first. So this is what Boozy is saying. He's saying that so Boozy got the right person then. So he is, whoever that Yankee Wally is, actually agree that she is doing what Boozy is saying. So he's saying, I didn't start this. They exposed me first. They exposed me first. So which means Boozy got the right person. So Boozy is right. Yeah, I didn't read this because once I saw it, the caption on the tweet, I automatically liked it so I could, when I'm at my computer, to share it with you. All right. So Boozy is saying here, I'm only exposing things that's related to Harry and Meghan, but I didn't go deep on your personal thing because these people that like Yankee Wally was, doing all the stuff regarding Meghan, and that's how Boozy started looking after it. And now she's saying, I didn't start this. They exposed me first. So which means Boozy got the right person. Okay, what is this now? I went to the Harvard Center and, all right, they blacked this, and I was giving temporary accommodation that I have to vacate every morning and go back to the homeless shelter to be allocated a bed again the next night. It's soul destroying. I am still recovering from a knee operation. 2 apps actually. But even if you're going to, why you have to go after somebody else to destroy their mentality, their well-being? I'm talking about Yankee Wally going, saying negative thing about Meghan. My goodness. Wow. Okay, I'm still recovering from a knee operation. 2 apps actually, but one was worse than the other. Nobody can feel sorry for you because there's other way you could have made money, not by destroying somebody else's well-being. And I have had no medication for a week now. I was on antipsychotics and antidepressant. Look at this. If you're having depressed and you have antidepressant, why would you cause harm to somebody else? Okay, but even that could easily be, okay, that could easily be a sanity kind of thing here if that goes to court. So if you are aware of some of the things that you are doing, like the first screenshot that she wrote, all right, they exposed me first. You know you're doing the wrong thing. Why you have to bother somebody else's well-being? Okay, but to be perfectly honest, I don't care if I have them or not anymore. Nothing matters anymore. Damn. I'm struggling to find a purpose for my day, but don't take somebody else down with you. Jeez. And to think that just 5 years ago, I had a thriving business with 50 staff and I was loving my life. Okay. So don't blame your business that didn't work on somebody else. Now I have nothing to thank to HMRC, okay, stealing everything unlawfully from me. I cannot access the internet as often as I did. I only have a little phone with a bolt on internet access. Have tried to access email and this black, but the screen is far too small. That's just excuses. All of the stuff you're doing on the internet, you're probably doing much more than just your phone. Okay, my phone number is, they blacked that. Okay, Boozy's being careful still. If anyone wants to ring me, I have nothing to hide. And I also, if any legal person out there wants to take my case for unlawful bankruptcy, okay, I will give you 20% of what I am rightfully owed, over £800,000. But whoever is willing to help me, please help me get my belonging out of my apartment, because all my letters from David Cameron and HMRC are this ghastly mess. Evidence is all in a suitcase in my flat. Loads of evidence. I kept everything, but now they have locked me away from it. Now, how much worse can it get? Nothing much to smile about lately. Thanks for listening, City. But, okay, I think that's just nonsense. Oh, I'm not gonna read this. Okay, what is that? It's always someone else's fault. That's what I was saying here. It's always someone else's fault. In 2013 and 2014, it was the government and her lawyers' fault for her losing everything. Now it's my fault for exposing what she has done. She doesn't take responsibility for anything. I think so too. Okay, this is too much, and it's very small. I'm not gonna read that. Alright, I'll increase it the minute I step into it, but you guys could pause your screen and read it, but I'm not gonna read that. Okay, she is in panic, and this is my response that I read already, and I was like, she can always stop. So I was right. I didn't even read any of these, so I was right. She can always stop. Boozy wrote a warning tweet earlier today or yesterday, letting her know attorney will send her the actual warning letter. She can and should stop at this point. If she doesn't, it's not Boozy's fault. He warned her. I still believe that. Okay, so she was caught up for tax evasion, and she's literally doing the same thing now. The F. You literally cannot make this up. So that's what, okay, maybe that's what the long letter was about. I didn't read it. Oh, now that sounds interesting. I wonder if there's a way to report them for tax evasion. Okay, well, if you call them, you have to show proof too. Okay, I have nothing to hide. Did she mean hide or stairs and Freudian slip? What is that here? Freudian slip, unintentional error regarding a revealing subconscious feelings. Okay, David Cameron cracks me up. Weird how someone can suffer harm by being exposed when they didn't start this. If you didn't do anything wrong first, what will there be to expose? That is true. Okay, letters from David Cameron, right? Okay, imagine how Meghan feels when it was not one person attacking her, but 100, including her own family. The remedy for your situation is leave Meghan alone. That's exactly that. That's exactly that. Okay, so deeply involved in their own gift, they are starting to believe their lies. That is true. This one I truly agree with. Okay, imagine how Meghan's feel. right? When it was one person attacking her, but 100 including her own family. The remedy for your situation is leave Meghan alone. That's pretty much that. And this is what I say here. She can always stop. There it is. Alright, so let me move on to the next tweet. Okay, what is that? This post is also warning to them as well. So there's the thing that I said in my previous thing, that Bouzier had sent her a warning. And I think it was on my yesterday's video. I'm just gonna read this, whatever Bouzier wrote. All right. We have been debating how to deal with several trolls here in the United States targeting us for weeks, and we have decided to take our lawyer's advice. Starting next week, the firm representing us will send cease and desist letter to Leslie Sue Smith and Susan Hamilton. All right. If they refuse to remove the defamatory content they posted on YouTube and other platforms, we will move forward with legal action. And this is why I say Bouzier sent them a warning letter, a warning. All right. So that was January 29. Okay, if they refuse to remove the defamatory content they posted on YouTube and other platforms, we will move forward with legal action. And this is why I said Bouzier has sent them a warning. I think this is a perfect warning, not only on this one, on this post, and he's saying that his lawyer is gonna write them a letter. So there's this post to confirm it, and then whenever she receives her Bouzier's lawyer's letter, then that will be another one. Okay, my family and I are done playing these games, and now we are going on the offensive. Period. All right. So I covered this already on yesterday's video, but I just wanted to show you what Bouzier had wrote as the warning, because yesterday, I mean, on this tweet, let's go to it. I thought I would see it when I press back. Because here, this is where I said, she can always stop. Bouzier wrote a warning tweet earlier today or yesterday, which I just find is the 29th, 2 or 3 days ago. Okay, letting her know attorney will send her the actual warning letter. Alright, so she can and she'll stop at this point. If she doesn't, it's not Bouzier's fault. He warned her. See, I was right. He warned her. Alright, let me move to the next tweet. All right, so here, so this is Omid. I'm done with Bouzier. Now we're going to the Spotify and Joe Rogan kind of thing, also related to yesterday's video. If I had seen this, I would have done something about it. I would have included on that tweet. Okay, after a week of controversies and losing $2.1 billion in value, Spotify has finally responded to the Joe Rogan drama. How Neil Young, Johnny Mitchell, Brené Brown, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex forced the big streamer to face its misinformation crisis. That's a thing on Harper Bazaar. There was another tweet that Scobie did, and I thought that was that one. I'll read this tweet, but there should have been another tweet from Omid that should have been first. All right, so let's read this and finish with that. All right, Omid continue. Probably the only time I'll ever write those names in the same tweet. Okay, seems time 100 most influential list got it right. What impresses me most about the Sussexes isn't just what they said today and speaking out, but the ongoing commitment to avoid compromising their worth ethic, belief, and idea. Bravo. There's one comment on it here. Let's see. But they said they've been speaking to Spotify about it for almost a year with zero impact versus a bunch of music legends. Oh, this is somebody who's discrediting her. Put their money where their mouth is, prompting Spotify to take action within days. Oh, please. Okay. Always, everything Harry and Meghan are doing, they always discredit them. Always. Okay, I'm glad to see that unlike YouTube, Spotify is taking feedback and making appropriate changes. Let's see what they come up with. And I think on yesterday's video, when I was trying to clarify what I've said about Joe Rogan and stuff like that, and I was like, what can Spotify do? Maybe speak to Joe Rogan or something like that. I think that's what I said in the video. So there. Let's see here. This is what they've come up with. A big fat nothing. I mean, acknowledging knowing the fact that people not only people are unsubscribing and musicians are removing their stuff from Spotify, but at least they come out and said, I think the next tweet pretty much explain what Spotify said. So I'll leave that when I get to that tweet. All right. It's like they can never do anything right. This is what I said on yesterday's video. Spotify need to focus on its whatever it is that they want their business to be, and it is up to consumers and the people who wants to use their platform to either remove their stuff, and this is why I say I agree with them and I agree with Spotify, and the consumers who decided to unsubscribe as well. All right, because this is how free market works. Okay, people can still spew misinformation. It's just up to the listener. Well, guess what? We live in a society where a lot of people are killing themselves because they don't want to take the vaccination. If from the get-go the right information was being put out, okay, those the reaction based on the action and reaction. So the action that was done from the get-go, like Trump saying misinformation, and the reaction or some of the people who don't want to listen to scientists and don't even want to take the vaccine, and then at the same time they don't want to wear their mask, they don't want to take the vaccine, and they want to be part of society, walking, spreading it, exposing people like kids. There are kids who still can't take the vaccine, and there's some people who literally, based on their actual medical situation, they can't take it, and then they're spreading the disease to those people. All right, so this is the thing here. But at least Spotify is doing something. It's when you don't do anything that's the problem. All right, the right information is out there, but because the people with the misinformation have the mic, they want to spread nonsense, and people think just because the people with the mic who's saying all the misinformation is the right information, instead they're killing themselves. On yesterday's video, it's gonna be yesterday's video I already uploaded. It's on Pure Team Sussex. All right, we have a cop who rather lose his job than to take the vaccine, and then eventually he died. A minute 30 seconds.
This is my final sign off after 22 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, being asked to leave because I am dirty. Numerous fatalities, injuries. I've worked sick. I've played sick. We've buried lots of friends over these years. I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank the citizens of Yakima County, as well as my fellow officers within the valley. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been very successful, and you've kept me safe and got me home to my family every night. Thank you for that. Wish I could say more, but this is it. So, State 1034, this is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car. And Jay Inslee can kiss my ass.
And there's two cops actually. One of them I think died. I don't know what happened to the other one.
Due to my personal choice to take a moral stand for medical freedom and personal choice, I will be signing out of service for the last time today. After nearly 17 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, it has been my honor and privilege to work alongside all of you. I want to take a moment to thank those that have helped me be successful, to be safe, and to go home every day. At the end of each shift, to hear the ripping of that Velcro is a relief to my wife and kids. I want to admonish each of you, knowing that despite what the press releases and the news conferences are saying to downplay this role, we all know in this district on the 19th there will be 51 of the 75 troopers available and only 7 of the 11 sergeants. So please, please, please take care of each other. So please take care of each other. Be safe and make sure you all go home at the end of each day. Again, thank you to each and every one of you that have stood alongside me and that we have helped each other out. But as for me, I am out of service and on to new adventures.
And then in that video, I also show a young lady who actually has COVID going on a march in New York City and exposing the thing, talking to people without a mask. This cannot be. Like I said, I don't like the mask. I don't like to wear the mask. I'm not gonna advocate it just because I don't like it so people don't wear it. But guess what? In my house, this is why I stay home. I want to be breathe without a mask, but once I step outside the comfort of my house, I wear the mask because as part of society, I need to protect others. Okay? It's just up to the listener, with which it always was anyway, to research the truth. Who has time? People don't have time for this. Actually, people with common sense, yes, this is what people with common sense do. Like me, like I said, I don't know, I didn't mind if what's his name, Joe Rogan was saying it, but I know Joe Rogan is not a scientist. I'm not gonna listen to him, especially after so millions of examples in front of me, people who have died from it. Why will I listen to Joe Rogan when I have so many million of examples in front of me? People have been dying left and right, and people are still dying from it because they didn't listen to the scientists. Why will I listen to Joe Rogan? People with common sense will know that, but there are some people you would think they should know, but they don't. So this is why, instead of putting misinformation, the right information should be put out there. So this is what Spotify is doing, trying to curb its platform because of the misinformation. But you can't say people should know. Look at this. You have a politician who's limiting what sort of books they should be teaching in school because they themselves are doing some shady things to society. They don't want young people to know the truth of their past. Okay, certain books cannot be taught in school and all of that. All this, not everybody. Some people are more than okay with, not having those books in school because they don't want to learn anyway. But if the right information is there, at least people will be aware of it. Okay, so they could make educational decision as they move forward. Okay, it's just up to the listener, which is always was anyway, to research the truth of what they've been told, so Rogan can continue to unabated. There's the rolling eye. I mean, not everybody, like I said, not everybody have time to do research and all of that. So, okay, unlike YouTube, whose policy is to stick their head in the sand, they've made a statement to say they are addressing the issue. I will wait to see what the addressing looks like. That's the right thing here. I agree with this person. Okay, here's what they've done. Like said, nothing. They direct the listeners or users to do their own research instead of disallowing misinformation in the first place. Let's see here. NPR. Spotify will add new content advisory to any podcast episode that discuss COVID-19, which will direct listeners to hub with information about COVID. At least they're doing something. I don't know. They're doing something. Let's see here. After this, I'll move on. Okay, Prince Harry has shown us time and time again he will stand up and lead. He is one of our world leaders. Let's see here. This is Omid. After a week of controversy and losing $2.1 billion in value, Spotify has finally responded to the Joe Rogan drama, how Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, Brené Brown, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex forced the big streamer to face its misinformation crisis. Okay, virtue signaling yet keeping the money. This is hilarious. What a train wreck. What's the train wreck? What is this talking about? Okay, Neil Young, Johnny Mitchell, and the Sussex can't be further apart. Two legend. The other two wanna be legend. What? They've been minding their own business, but you guys keep on putting their names in your mouth. So what are you talking about? Okay, just bandwagon jumping. What's the bandwagon jumping? You know, that's the haters right there. Okay, what is that? Oh, really? People who read tabloid miss out on Prince Harry speaking out about the misinformation. What is it? When they were in New York, that's what they did. That what was that company who when they went to Central Park? Okay, they've been doing this thing. This is why New York Times said they are the most influential people. Prince Harry tells Joe Rogan to stay out of it after those controversial vaccine remarks. With a platform comes responsibility. Oh, okay. I wasn't even aware of this. That was May 14, 2021. You see, men's health. Look at this. This is another proof where I say there's so many squaddies everywhere. I said there's cyclists, there's garbage collectors, there's teachers, lawyers, or whatever who like Harry and Meghan. So there's here on men's health. I have no clue. I didn't know about this. I don't read men's health. I have no clue. That was May 14, 2021. Way before all of this is happening. Today is January 31st, 2022. Wow. Okay, Prince Harry react to Joe Rogan's COVID takes. Quote, be careful about what comes out of your mouth, end quote. Okay, there's again here, May 2021, 11:37 a.m. He's been talking about it. I'm glad this person put it. What is that? Exclusive, the Duchess of Cornwall will be the new patron National Theatre, replacing the Duchess of Sussex. Royal sources tell me Camilla was, quote, pretty miffed, end quote, when the Queen gave Meghan the leading role, but is, quote, delighted, end quote, to now take it on the Sunday time. Okay, Camilla lands her role, at least as she replaced Meghan. Okay. Was, okay. RepublicWorld.com, stay out of it. Prince Harry slammed Joe Rogan. Oh, so now they were telling him to stay out of it. Okay, again, that around the same time, May 15, 2021. Stay out of it. Prince Harry slammed Joe Rogan for spreading COVID-19 vaccination misinformation. So Harry was already on top of that. Prince Harry, on May 14, joined the chorus of blacklist against American podcaster Joe Rogan's remarks, spreading misinformation against COVID vaccination. Look at this. I was only aware of what he did in Central Park, but look at this. A lot of other places were mentioning what Harry had told Joe Rogan. So I'm glad this person put it. Let me retweet it. Okay, or please read about it and heard them give a speech about it, but that's no different to reading and hearing what they say about anything, money over morals, all talk, no content. What are they talking about? Are these people really crazy? I guess they must. For if people are listening to the misinformation and make certain decision based on the information that they're hearing, which is the wrong information. So Harry is saying, look, what you're saying is wrong. There are people who's dying from it. My goodness, what is it? Say a cougar, money over morals were. At least they are decent enough to have a discussion about this with Spotify. That is true. Okay, Neil Young pull his music, AF it. Harry and Meghan make a comment. Oh Jesus, we have a policy. Here it is. Okay, there's been a lot of conversation about information regarding COVID-19 on Spotify. We've heard the criticism and we're implementing change to help combat misinformation. Okay, that's bizarre. Spotify react after Harry and Meghan voiced concern over misinformation on the platform. The Sussexes speak up hours before Spotify CEO announced plans to implement policy changes to help combat misinformation on its podcast. So that was yesterday, January 30th, 2022, 4:37 p.m. Yeah, so I had already made my my video. If I saw it in the morning, this would have been part of it. Alright, so those tweets that I'm reading right now would have been part of it. Okay, let's see here. Harry and Meghan are the modern day version of E.F. Hutton, old slogan from year ago. Quote, when E.F. talks, people listen, end close. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present example number 1, the Spotify statement, the power of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay, what power? They've been expressing their concern to Spotify since April. So now you realize they've been saying they've been talking to Spotify. But my goodness, okay, Spotify ignored them. How many people have died since from the time? Okay, only when actual musician. Oh God, they try to. I'm telling you, these haters. The royal crown. Okay, so it has to be these people, not followed by anybody. So they have to say anything negative about Harry and Meghan. Okay, only when actual musician complain did Spotify react. My goodness, let's see here. Who hurt you? Why are you so old and racist? Oh my God. Did you want to marry Harry? Sorry, lady. He chose someone with a little more flavor than you could ever have. And anyone in your previous lifetime, don't be a racist. Do better. Educate yourself. Grow up and stop being ridiculous. Let me move on. I'm telling you, people on Twitter are crazy. They are crazy. Next tweet. Alright, so there's Joanne. Dang, Harry and Meghan speak and it's covered around the world. That's leadership. Alright, I want to be irrelevant as them one day. Yeah, because that's what they called them as they were leaving the UK. They were like, they're irrelevant, they're not going to speak about them. But ever since they left the UK, their names have been in the tabloid's mouth. The UK tabloid. Okay, they speak and $1 billion company changed policy and it's covered worldwide without any PR, just a statement. The other ones receiving public money and endless sycophant PR and papers headline, quote, KM wore the same tax-funded dress for the second time and petted a dog. All right, let's see here. You're not wrong. Okay, and influence, that's not only leadership, that's unmitigated power. Harry and Meghan are the modern day of E.F. Hutton, old slogan from a year ago. I just read this someplace else from the previous tweet. Okay, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. Okay, we will get a Spotify podcast soon, I bet. Alright, I hope so. Yes, I love seeing that. They've established themselves as world leaders no matter how hard the British media attempt to keep them in their little Mesu moral soap opera. Okay, the British media and there who lost this battle a long time ago. The fat lady has sung for those people over there. Okay, I'm telling you, they're going to be a billionaire soon. What did that say? From your mouth to God's ear, amen. I already see it, it's done. That dynamo team and the Sussexes will believe. That influence and immediate response from Spotify, thumbs up, love it. And Spotify responded, absolutely. Yet from some, they should just shut up and go away. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment, but I almost done. And go away, yes, not that sycophantic celebrity worship. There's a hater here. That's how to use the platform you have for good. But some idiots have the nerve to watch news, stock their pockets and assets, and dare utter the word they're irrelevant. Haha, irrelevant my assets. That the closet and the coat hanger, that's irrelevant outside their daily article. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I ended up reading all of the comments. Alright, so what's the thing about Omi? I guess I skipped it. Is that one? Let's see here. I want to make sure I cover it. It should have been way before all the other ones. Okay, so there it is. This one should have been at the beginning. Okay, in light of the ongoing controversy surrounding Spotify, continued support of Joe Rogan, whose podcast has spread proven misinformation about COVID-19 and vaccine efficacy, a spokesperson for Archewell, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's foundation says, okay, let's read that. Quote, since the inception of Archewell, we have worked to address the real-time global misinformation crisis. Hundreds of millions of people are affected by the serious harm of rampant mis- and disinformation every day. Last April, our co-founder began expressing concern to our partners at Spotify about the all too real consequences of COVID-19 misinformation on its platform. Okay, so he's saying here, him and his partner, because they I think when I was covering, when they went to New York, when they were doing the thing in Central Park, what's that company who had them? But anyway, I said something like, all right, they, I think World Organization or something like that, wanted them to be the voice, you know, because people will listen to them. They are the celebrity that people will want to listen. If you have some scientists standing on stage to tell people about the impact of COVID, how they should protect them, you know, they probably will explain the scientific aspect of it. Not too many people want to listen to that. So this is why they had Harry and Meghan to come and talk about it, because they felt like it was a very important issue that people should know. So by having Harry and Meghan there to pretty much, they give Harry and Meghan what to say, and obviously Harry and Meghan believe in it, because usually they said, especially Harry, he said, you know, he has to be passionate about something in order to be on board with certain things, with organization or whatever it is. So he pretty much was telling people what the scientists were saying. So here in this statement, it also reflects on that. He's saying here, last April, our co-founders, him and his Archwell and the other partners began expressing concern to our partners, at Spotify about the all too real consequences of COVID-19 misinformation on its platform, which means Harry is not taking credit for that. He's saying him and his co-founders, Archwell and co-founders, have been expressing that. We have continued to express. Now, this is where he's probably bringing Archwell, him and Meghan. We have continued to express our concern to Spotify. Archwell, we have continued to express our concern to Spotify to ensure changes to its platform are made to help address this public health crisis. We look to Spotify to meet this moment and are committed to continuing our work together as it does. So there it is. Harry pretty much explained that. Our co-founders began. So which means the people who had him fly to New York to do that thing in Central Park to talk about the vaccine, raising money and all of that. So those founders are talking to Harry and said, look, there's a lot of misinformation that's going, people are saying some nonsense, people are dying, they're not putting their masks, they're not doing their social distancing and all of that, they don't want to take the vaccine. So this is all the information they were telling Harry and Meghan. So Harry and Meghan put it out there to Spotify and said, this is what the experts are telling me, so please do something about people who's doing misinformation on your platform. That also, as I just said, that also made me wonder, maybe we probably don't know. So there's a possibility they are talking to YouTube. Now, nothing have come out to say Harry and Meghan are talking to YouTube. Nothing. I'm just saying that because look at this statement have been going on for a while. I mean, the Archwell probably have been talking to Spotify. I don't know, but anyway, let me leave that because I don't have proof to prove what I'm saying. Wait to hear a statement from the Obamas regarding their partnership with Spotify. All right, let's see here. Obama been too cozy with the RF. What's RF? RF, Royal Family? I don't know what RF stand here. Ignoring facts of the whole point towards Sussex, and yet Obama been more quiet without Sussex lately. They are not even listening to Meghan Pearls of Tap Woman. They spoke nothing in defense for Sussex, not even a happy birthday or Meg's 42. I mean, come on. These are people, they're doing a huge project in Chicago for their thing. They probably don't have time for all of this. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my place to say that who should come out and say something. It's not my place. I don't know. Thank you, Joe, for posting. Had forgotten about this. This is what I keep saying. Some of the biggest noise against Spotify is on Facebook, which is also where I have come across some of the worst misinformation about COVID. I wish they step up and pull their contract. Why would they do that? This is their choice. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? This is they're talking to Spotify, okay? I mean, I'm telling you, these people don't want Harry and Meghan to make money. But the thing is that they're talking to Spotify and letting Spotify know how they feel about certain things. And they are under contract. Okay, I don't know what was said in the contract. You can't just pull out like that. My goodness, okay, no, won't be pulling out. Well, let's see what let me read this and I'll go into that. Okay, I remember Harry calling out Joe Rogan on his COVID misinformation long before Neil Young has an issue with Spotify. This new statement from Archwell is very appropriate and need no further explanation. Okay, from the communique, it seems they have been telling them since last April. I think so too. It seems that way. It seems that way. Now that people are pulling out and all of that, so they put another statement out and stuff like that. All right, let's see here. Let's go into that. And after I read I'm not going to read all 32. Okay, contracts can be broken. Yeah, but I don't know. They already put something out last year. So they're probably under contract. So it's really hard to just break it like that. Okay, no, won't be pulled out. No, I don't think they should pull out. Rather, they need to keep educating and encouraging Spotify to do the right thing. I agree with that. Okay, it's called contract for a reason. Exactly. Look at this. I said that on top of my head, but the person also wrote it here. Exactly. Being, what's that? Royalty doesn't absolve them from being sued for breach of contract. The last thing they need right now. Exactly. I agree with that. Also, the expectation of Harry and Meghan to pay for the most expensive round, the Clark security themselves, and just throw away lucrative contracts without a thought is ridiculous. I agree with this person. Okay, they want. There's the thinking phase. Why they pulling out is suddenly of great interest to you. There's that. Okay, is there more to it than meets the eye? Okay, I'm sure you don't really care that much about them. A hater in disguise. Let's see. Oh, I'm not a hater at all. Just very disappointed in this decision. What decision? What decision? I mean, the thing have been. How many people have been calling out about misinformation? Is now all of a sudden you care about the misinformation? Harry and Meghan have been saying people to stop saying nonsense. I mean, they didn't say it like that. To stop saying false information regarding COVID. So all of a sudden you care that they should be pulled out? What is this now? Okay, as others say, we don't know their contract and how, if they can end it. Maybe that's why they haven't had a release on Spotify. Again, we just don't know. Okay, the mere fact that Harry called out Rogan a year ago and they've been discussing with Spotify since April is testament to their ethic. They walk the talk. That is true. See, I saw that too, one understatement that what's his name, Omid put. Okay, there are controversial crackpots on every media platform. Boycotting is not the only option. Okay, with a seat at the table, the Sussexes can evoke positive change with their streaming content. The Sussexes can rightly continue doing what's best for themselves while bettering society. Okay, or maybe Spotify does something about the misinformation. That would be a much better solution. And I think that's what they're getting into, because many of those artists who decided to pull out of their thing, their how do you call this? Their album from Spotify. Many of them said they will come back until they address Joe Rogan situation. All right. So with that being said, let's move on. I'm already 40-something minutes. Next tweet. Okay, so this is what I'm not going to cover all of this, but I'm just pointing out what I've said on yesterday's thing here. Okay, just cancel my Spotify premium account. I'll happily renew when Rogan's gone. All right, so again, how do you call this? Spotify have to walk on a fine line where, you know, they have to please everybody in a way. Alright, so this is my comment here. I agree with everybody's choice, including Spotify, as well as all the cancellation. At this point, people should know the truth about COVID. Number of lives have lost due to their stupidity. COVID kills, vaccines save lives. Joe's belief is his own. I go with science. Okay, so there's this here. He's now dead. I'll come to that. I was gonna avoid it, but I'll come to that. Let me finish with my comment. Okay, I must say at the beginning of the pandemic, I do not blame the ones who die. All right, because at the beginning of the pandemic, people didn't know how the thing was transmitted. Okay, we did not know much or better. Now we know the causes, how it spread, and how we can prevent the spread of it. We know better. At this point, anyone who reject logic and listen to a non-scientific of it, that's on them. Let's go into this. Again, I'm just gonna go straight to the thing. This video is on my yesterday's video. You guys could go on that and listen to it. Okay, he's now dead from COVID-19. Quote, "This is the last time you hear me in a patrol car and Jay Ansley can kiss my ass." End quote. So this is a trooper, a Washington state trooper, and Yakima, Washington, signed off after 22 years, fired by Governor Ansley for being unvaccinated. All right. And while I was editing yesterday's video and I put on the screen, so pretty much the governor just saved a lot of Washington state people a lot of their lives, because if this guy, okay, walking around with COVID, stopping people coming in front of their car without a mask on, all right, so he would have been spreading it. So the governor just saved a lot of lives in Washington state for being stubborn, this guy, for not being vaccinated and stuff like that. My goodness. He rather quit, and then now he's dead. All right, so this is, you could listen. My other video is on RP Team Sussex. I have it. All right, let's see here. There's another tweet. Okay, there's here other people talking about Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan reveal Spotify COVID rule concern. All right, so different platform was talking about it. Okay, good for Harry and Meghan, who have been sounding the alarm on COVID misinformation since last year, and especially as co-chair of VaxLive. That's the name I couldn't remember, VaxLive. Okay, let's listen to it. 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Before I start, I just want to say every single one of you in here are awesome. So thank you. I understand why people are confused or sometimes don't know what to think or believe about vaccines.
And I have to stop in between, because when I first put some of those videos, I got, how do you call this? I got flagged for it on YouTube. So I'll be stopping in between. All right, so.
We're experiencing a viral pandemic alongside a digital pandemic. In today's world, we are so connected, like a vast nervous system, whether we're online or not. And much like the virus, there are no borders online. So when vaccine misinformation and disinformation spreads, magnified on social media and in parts of traditional media, it exposes a collective threat to humanity.
There he is. He's saying it. He's been saying it. That's the thing. He's been saying it. People don't listen to him. He's been saying it. And I remember that, was it? It was a Friday, not Friday, Saturday night. Or was it Friday night or Saturday night? I was supposed to go camping with my family, but my husband got me upset. I didn't go. He took the kids with him. All right, but let's continue. Listen.
I believe that misinformation is a global humanitarian crisis, and the crisis is getting worse. In recent months, we've seen a stark rise in vaccine hesitancy. For the nations that have received so few doses, and the countries where cases are rising and the human loss is staggering, hesitancy is not an option. Misinformation is not simply harming those who believe it, but also those who don't. We must tackle each of these issues head on: vaccine equity and misinformation.
There it is, misinformation. Can you imagine from the point when he first did this to now, 2022, how many people have died just due to misinformation? And then on my yesterday video, you have nurses who selling cards, those fake vaccine cards, okay, making millions of dollars to show people that they get vaccinated, but they would never actually did. How many people have died? All right.
And if vaccine distribution moved half as quickly as misinformation, just imagine how many lives could be saved.
There it is.
As long as nations struggle with COVID-19, we all struggle with it.
That is
One
true.
place where this is being felt more than most right now is South Africa.
All right, so pretty much he's been saying it. All right, let's see this. I was reading this while I was listening to that. Okay, these guys always want to insert themselves into every controversial topic, even though they claim they left the royal family to live a private life. Harry and Meghan have already said they never said they want to live privately or whatever they had said in Oprah interview. It's misinformation again. People are putting, oh, you want privacy? Go back to America and this and that. Okay, misinformation. Let's read the 7 comment under this. Well, perhaps if more people will get off their donkey and do something to bring change instead of complaining about Harry and Meghan, maybe we'll have to always speak out. If you have no solution, don't complain. Okay, give me a break. They were in a position to affect change, but rather decide making money was more important. They have to live their lives. They have to live their lives. That's those people. Who cares? I'm telling you. Did the Holy Spirit tell you that? I don't think so, since Satan is the accuser, Christian conservative, or you're blackfishing. What is that now? Okay, Prince Harry has been consistent with when it comes calling out Joe Rogan. He didn't jump on the bandwagon. Quote, with a platform comes responsibility. Harry speaking on a podcast on May 2021. Okay, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Archwell, Harry and Meghan. Let's hear that. And I think I did a small review on that. And I remember where I did the review. I was camping. Okay, 59 seconds.
Joe Rogan's comments about
Vaccinating? Ridiculous, obviously. And I side with him.
Get comfy, though. We want you to be relaxed.
There it is.
There it is. There we go.
So I think what he said was ridiculous. And I also a little bit agree with him. Like, I fucking call fights. I'm an MMA announcer. I'm not Fauci. No one should be listening to my opinion on medical shit. So I agree with both sides. Like, what he said was stupid.
I think the issue is, like, in today's world with misinformation just, like, endemic.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about what comes out of your mouth when it comes to that, because news doesn't exist in just news anymore.
Yeah, you're
It's
totally right.
splattered all over the place. So people like listen to Joe Rogan and say, "Oh, if he says that, then maybe and you're right. There's a sort of like, don't listen to me. It's like, well, don't say that. Just stay out of it.
Exactly.
There it is. He's been saying that. Oh my goodness.
And just acknowledge you are a person that people listen to. You are. And
If you have a platform,
Exactly.
with a platform comes responsibility.
There it is. If you have a platform, it comes with responsibility. Okay, whether he's been consistent or not is not the point. What is the point then? The point is that their entire premises of living the royal family was for privacy. No. Okay, I hope somebody put the Oprah clip here. When they are sticking their noses in controversial matter, so much for privacy. Let's see here. Please make it where in their statement did they say they left for privacy? Or the same note, maybe you should consult a dictionary. Okay. You will realize they have a contract with Spotify, so you want them not to speak out on the current controversy surrounding Spotify to satisfy you. Can you also find a quote recording where they say they're leaving royal family for privacy? Please find any. I will wait. All right, so let me leave this alone. Let's move on to the next tweet that I have. Yeah, people just saying the nonsense, carrying on the nonsense. This is why the squad are everywhere saying, no, they never said they living for privacy. My goodness. And they tried to work with the royal family. The royal family rejected them. All right. So, and this is why they say service is universal. Okay, let's see here. This is Harper Bazaar. Spotify reacts after Harry and Meghan's voice concern over, quote, misinformation and quote on the platform. Okay, there's that again. The Sussex pick up hours before Spotify CEO announced plan to implement policy change to help combat misinformation on its podcast. This has been a trending Okay, evolving story for 5+ days with increasing financial impact for Spotify. The Sussex put out nothing burger. Okay, there's people who's discrediting Harry and Meghan here. Berger statement at the 11th hour after countless more influential celeb weigh in, took actual action, yet you think Spotify put out a statement because of Harry. Okay, you could say anything you want just to make for you to sleep very well. Okay, the only delusional fool here is you, May. Prince Harry spoke about this last year and Lats told him to shut up. They put out a statement, you call them delusional. I mean, make up your goddamn mind, or best still, just stop hating on the couple for whatever they do. And it has nothing to do with the D&D misinformation. Their little statement has produced much laughter. Okay, this is the thing. Every time Harry and Meghan do something, people just downplay it. They don't have any influential. But guess what? This is what happens when people don't put their head in their shoulder and focus on their objective. You have people like that pushing you left and right. No matter what Harry and Meghan does, for the haters, they could never do anything right. So Harry and Meghan should just continue doing what they do. What they do best. Let's see this one here. I love that Harry and Meghan aren't afraid to add their voices to the right side of science regarding COVID disinformation. Since they are in business on the platform, it does concern them. Thankfully, Spotify seems to be brainstorming what to do before we all disable their app. Let's see here. That's bizarre. So that's from the article. Okay, time will only tell how Spotify promised changes will affect Joe Rogan's content. Last month, Spotify shared they removed a total of 20,000 plus assorted podcast episodes for breaking content guideline, which include a ban on, quote, content that promotes dangerous, false, or deceptive content about healthcare that may cause offline harm and or pose a direct threat to public health. That's end quote. But a leaked internal memo revealed the company had already reviewed every Rogan episode and none, quote, met the threshold for removal. They probably have a contract the same way Harry and Meghan Archwell has a contract with Rogan. With Spotify. So I don't know, but there's misinformation. But now that people are calling foul here, so maybe they will do something about it. Okay, Rogan has regularly been criticized by medical and scientific communities for spreading dangerous conspiracy theories and misinformation about coronavirus, including claiming healthy young people don't need vaccination and promoting the use of medication made for parasites, my goodness, and livestock as an effective treatment. In December, more than 250 scientists and physicians sent an open letter to Spotify condemning them for amplifying, quote, misleading and false claim, end quote. Harry and Meghan's signing with the Spotify audio division was first announced in December 2020, and they are currently hiring a new team to produce a weekly show with Archwell featuring, quote, high-profile women, end quote. At the time of announcing the deal, the royal pair, who has spent the past 2 years working to address the real global misinformation crisis, said in a statement, quote, we will host and produce podcasts that build community to share experience, narrative, and values, end quote. All right, let me leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, 58 minutes. Next tweet. There's that here. Harry and Meghan have the global media expert, politician, entertainment, industries, and the big corporate world at hand if they want to tackle this at Twitter and YouTube hate account. See the global media reporting on just a statement. So they probably, I don't have proof of that. They have to be in the background talking to them. They have to be. They probably, once they come with a brainstorming and things, then they will come out to say what they are doing right now, because there's no way they could just sit there and don't do anything what's going on with those YouTube peoples and all of that. So they're probably talking in the background with them. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have expressed their concern to Spotify over COVID-19 misinformation on the platform. Okay, CNN, there's Today talking about it, News, BBC. Okay, The Hill is talking about it. Harper Bazaar is talking about it. Who's that? Catherine Wallace, PhD, MS. Thank you, Prince Harry and Meghan, okay, spell it wrong, for standing behind us scientists and medical professionals asking Spotify to institute a policy to moderate misinformation on their platform. All right, so different people are talking about them, different organization. Okay, the derangers are funny. First, they were frauding because Harry and Meghan hadn't said anything recently. Now they're frauding because so many are reporting on their statement. I'm telling you, that Harry and Meghan just need to focus on that thing. Because if they listen to everybody, they'll be bouncing left and right. Okay, they fell on it. They have been thirsting for anything Harry and Meghan. This is power and influence, and they're using, right? There must have been weeping and gnashing of teeth in some palaces. They're gonna run another dumb poll. Quote, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairiest on oh, one of all, end quote. The entire royal family combined doesn't have the type of reach, the power of Harry and Meghan. There's a heart. And now the CEO has responded. He said zilt with the whole time until today. Okay, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek announced the move following the scandal involved Joe Rogan and his podcast. There's that. If they did, you'll cry about their overuse of power and reach. All right, let's go to the next tweet. All right. Okay, oh, so this is slightly different. This one says, oh, do shut up, you silly cow. All right, so let's see here. So she retweeted this. So they chose a good publicity to associate with news of the day. There's a laugh and the clown. COVID-19 misinformation. Harry and Meghan hang on everything to be in the news. What? What? Okay, there's me responding to that. LOL. You know they're talking about themselves. They always try to piggyback on the Sussexes. They never succeed. The Sussexes are in a league of their own. They should do as you said before people start talking about Prince Andrew is next. Prince Andrew. They always want distraction. Oops, there it is. Meaning like this is a distraction for them right now. Because otherwise people will start talking about Prince Andrew. I'm telling you, these people are something. Harry and Meghan hardly come out saying anything. This is something they've said for a very long time. I mute and black the derangers. Okay, I did as well. It's annoying but helpful when they pop up. We can black quick. So in other words, when they show themselves, you just black them right away. Yes, true. Somebody tell her to remind her they do and did have ties to Spotify. Why it matters to them. They don't need to be in the news. All right, next tweet, and this is my last tweet. Okay, this one was kind of interesting. I saw this morning and I added here. Okay, new. A North Carolina man who desperately needs a new kidney is rejecting a transplant because the surgeon required him to be vaccinated against COVID. Quote, I was born free. I will die free. I'm not changing my mind. End quote. He said, how do you feel about this decision? Oh, well, there's me here. Well, if this is true, let's give the man credit. Why waste a new kidney when someone else can have it? That's all I said. All right, so let's see here. Of all the vaccine injuries coming through her ICU, okay, these observations are similar to those of other medical personnel I know and all have spoken to since the start of this pandemic. Okay, I have no idea what this is here. Okay, hold the liars accountable. Let's listen to this. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
We can't be mad like this at each other anymore. We are going through a national tragedy and we're going through it hating each other. When Meatloaf died, so many people read that he was an anti-vaxxer and adamant about not protecting himself from COVID. And a lot of the reactions were understandably, well, I mean, so many people have done everything they can to protect themselves that when someone who didn't protect themselves from COVID dies of COVID, it feels a bit like, wasn't it kind of inevitable? It's not really a tragedy, but it is. It is a tragedy. Not just because this particular person wrote some great songs, but because they probably didn't have to die. He listened to someone who lied to him about the virus, about vaccines, about masks, and he believed them and he died. We've lost hundreds of thousands of Americans to disinformation and profit. People who still believe the vaccine is bad despite the fact that 9.8 billion doses have been given worldwide. 9.8 billion. If there was a problem with the vaccines, we would know. People are
That is
dying
true.
because there are people who still refuse to wear masks,
That's
despite
right.
the fact that this is an airborne respiratory illness, and we know that masks cut down on the droplets the virus travels in and limits the amount you can absorb. The
That
better
is
your
true.
mask, the better the fit, the better protection. But we have governors out here cutting mask mandates, and courts banning vaccine mandates, and people threatening school boards with guns who are just trying to keep...
That is true. What is it? I think the Supreme Court shut down, what is it? Biden request for, what was it again? I think it has to do with the vaccine mandate or something like that. I mean, she's spot on. Let me move it slightly.
Cutting mask mandates, and courts banning vaccine mandates,
Mm-hmm.
and people threatening school boards with guns who are just trying to keep their children safe while they learn. There was just a huge march in Washington in which a Kennedy compared vaccine mandates to the Holocaust.
That's
This is a
crazy.
disaster. An absolutely avoidable disaster created by people who want to keep the virus going because it makes the other team look bad, people who want to keep the conflict up because it brings them clicks and ratings, and people who continue to lie because they can fundraise off the lie. I don't think most people are out here being deliberately stupid or hateful. I
That-
think they're trusting the wrong people.
That
And
is
we are
true.
losing our lives, our livelihoods, and our faith in our fellow countrymen because of it. And that is an absolute tragedy. So if you lost someone to this virus, I am so sorry. And if you lost someone unvaccinated to this virus, I am so sorry. Because they didn't just die of COVID, they were killed by deceit. And one of these days
That
we're
is
going
true.
to have to hold those liars accountable because it didn't have to be like this.
That is true.
Take care of each other. Stay well, stay safe. No matter how we feel, we're all in this together.
She's spot on.
It can't be
She's spot on. Let's see here. What's some of the comment? By far the highest injury death rates of any vaccine ever. Okay, how many people have died from the vaccine? Any idea? Remember, especially one of those tweets that I came across where two nurses in Staten Island were arrested for selling the COVID vaccine card, where those people didn't even get vaccinated. They just showed the code that they were vaccinated, and then they probably were carrying the thing. I mean, this is something here. Okay, any idea how many cases and various database was actually resolved to be from the vaccine? Anybody can ever various data. It is up to CDC to determine if the data is credible. How many cases were determined to be credible? Stop the BS. What? At this point, I don't know. No matter how big a hammer you use, you can pound common sense into stupid people. This is just sad. Let me see. I'm done. Okay, what is it here? Okay, she can always stop. I did this. Don't engage black. Hey, you know nothing. You can tell me whatever. You can say whatever. I can. Okay, this had to do with the buzzy thing. So let's do prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer for what can we say? Prayer for what can we say? Let's say healing. I don't know. That's the only thing. Healing. I don't know. Let's see what pop up. Prayer for biblical healing. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Oh Lord, the oil of your healing flows through me like a living stream. I choose to be bathed in these clear waters each day. I will keep my eyes on you and trust in you that I will fully recover. I give you all that I am and rest in your peace. All right, let's go on the image to look for an image. My eyes fell on this one. Okay, healing prayer. Dear God, your word or health, I ask for physical healing. I speak to my body, your energy, your abundance, your comfort, your clarity. Nothing is impossible to you. You are God of an abundant life. I claim that life now. I think of an activity which is a stretch for me. I hold the vision of myself carrying out this activity with ease. I see myself, okay, for by the future, I don't know. Okay, I celebrate this health improvement. Thank you, God. All right, so I'm gonna stop here and I need to do another video. All right, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you know, help support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. And that's it. Keep wearing your mask and your social distancing. And I don't know what to say. The thing is still out there. It's killing people. Get vaccinated if you haven't got your vaccine yet. All right, so that's it.